17-year-old finds his mother dead from a gunshot wound to the head while she slept. Let me give you the background to this. Young woman sleeping in her apartment, a neighbor, white male, cleaning his gun according to him, accidentally shoots through the walls of his apartment and kills this mother, shoots her in the head while she sleeps. The 17-year-old son discovers the body of his mother, one of the saddest things we've seen in a long time. Police report Williams was cleaning the weapon. Let's put up a picture of both of them. Williams, the male, was cleaning the weapon inside of his Duluth apartment. This was in Georgia on Friday, September 25th, before midnight. Okay. Police said the bullet went through the wall and hit the mother in the head. That's the mother that you're seeing on the other side. Okay. Her name is Carletha Foley. We're going to remember Miss Foley. Foley's 17-year-old son later found his mother unresponsive in the bed and called for help. Now I want you to imagine what's happening here. 17-year-old son, mom's asleep. She's not waking up. He goes in to check. She's dead. Gunshot wound to the head. Now, right now, they have arrested the individual at the middle of this, Maxwell Williamson. He has been arrested and he is being held without bond. Now, remember, his story is he was cleaning his gun right at midnight and this happened. There is no indication that Mr. Williamson attempted to figure out if his weapon harmed or killed anyone after it happened. The Gwinnett County Police said 36-year-old Carletha Foley was killed after her neighbor Maxwell Williamson, 22, accidentally fired his gun. The mother and son moved from Texas. Think about this. They moved to Metro Atlanta 2 years ago from Houston, Texas, and was known as the life of the party. The brother of Miss Foley said, and I quote, "She was full of life and fun. She was always smiling. One thing about Carletha, she was a go-getter." She's now dead. Hundreds of people die in America every year because of accidental gunfire. Now, once again, this is his defense. If it is true that this was purely an accident, if it's true, still a tragedy, right? But we reported not too long ago right here on Indisputable of a kid who got hold of a gun and accidentally killed his own mother. Things like this are happening in America, and they have happened for decades in America. It just goes underreported because of our culture and fascination with guns. Who in the hell is cleaning a gun at 12 midnight? Who does that? Why? This person is dead because of gun culture. Let's make that clear. You can talk about accident and mistake all you want to, but you cannot leave out the conversation of gun culture in the United States of America. And by the way, this country has more of these incidents than all other nations combined. Caroline, what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I totally, couldn't have said it better myself. We've created a society where guns have control over like virtually every aspect of human life. Their relevancy in our communities is truly overwhelming. And when I first was reading this story, I thought, the emphasis was kind of on how do we, what's going on with responsible gun ownership in this country. That's a right-wing talking point, is that we have to have the NRA and places where people can learn to be responsible gun owners. And I think to an extent, the NRA is completely politicized now, but I think a lot of people agree that having gun training and organizations that really teach gun safety is important. But you have to wonder if all of that you can even really defend anymore, because the fact of the matter is people are now allowed to basically get away with murder. And if they have this excuse of, oh, I was just cleaning it, it sounds like no really other questions are gonna be asked. And yeah, you speaking about how he didn't go in to check if he had caused any harm or damage. It's how do you not assume that something else was going on, that something more nefarious was happening? And so it totally blocks any conversation we can have about reasonable gun ownership when the people with these weapons aren't, not only are they not taking the necessary precautions, but they're also not exhibiting the humanity of checking on their mistakes. So it's hard for me to even believe now that this could have been, a total accident when the follow-up wasn't there. And you have to ask, is the gun changing our culture that much that now it's like people don't even care. They don't even
shoot your
care.
Gun. You shot through your apartment. Somebody could be injured or hurt, or at least scared to death because a bullet just went flying through their home. He has been arrested for involuntary manslaughter and also criminal negligence, but we'll see exactly what happens with his case as it continues to move through the court system.